good morning. Just over at the body shop, gonna start off the day. We got the 57 that we've been working on, Bill's car, over here in the body shop for its body work and primed the dash. So just getting that ready for paint. Challenger, he's been doing body work off and on between some of the smaller jobs, and I believe he's got the steering column in the booth right now getting ready for paint, as well as some dash parts for it. I see some wheel fitment happening on the 40. It's going to be close. Fronts look good, the backs definitely look a little close. So yeah, this car is getting a little close. Still waiting on some parts to finish up the Cornet. Bernard's working on this Corvette. I see a pile of rust. What's that? What are you doing to this?
That's the mount that was in there. It was basically cornflakes and dust.
Oh wow.
The inside one, and the bottom cup was also rusty. Yeah. This is the good side. The other side wasn't even there, so we got all the new parts on the table over there.
Oh, okay.
I made some parts.
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
These are the parts we purchased.
Yeah.
And these are the parts that disappeared. Yeah. I made those, and I made this piece because. This piece here to match this one, because the one side was all rusted too. So, but these were actually cornflakes and dust.
Oh wow!
Because they were inside a pocket of fiberglass.
All that on a car that's been fully repainted already.
Yeah.
Weird. So yeah, there you go. Typical stuff on these C3s, the body mounts. That's what he's doing on this car. Not sure. Oh, must be a seat. All right. Doing a seat repair on a Camaro. Oh, that's stripped down, eh?
Or seats. Like the backrest, there's nowhere to like stop. Like you gotta change that panel, you gotta change that panel, you gotta change that panel. It's airbags, so it's got all like the flaps and everything's like stacked up. It's
wow.
Yeah, it's not a fun one.
No kidding. Just doing the driver's seat? Yeah. Over here, we see what's going on with the Land Cruiser down on the ground. So see the fuel tank install, wraps over top of the transfer case and everything, and they put the fuel door in. That's all done. Clint's just working on some more electrical on it right now, figuring out some stuff. We got the electric power steering, so he's got some stuff written out here. I think he was ordering a relay box for it yesterday. And over here on the Lincoln, had a fellow in here the other day that's going to do a rendering for us on this car. We went over a bunch of stuff. Right now we're going to delete the fuel door. We don't want the fuel door on the side of the car anymore. Corbin's just getting ready to delete that. So we've got the Mustang fuel tank in the rear, and we're going to do a hidden fuel filler behind the license plate is what we're hoping. We'll have to lay it out once we get the bumper down here and figure that all out. We've got the rear frame all put together. We're going to do battery boxes on either side. And yeah, right now we're just doing up the renderings and still waiting on some parts to start mounting the engine a little more. And I'm going to look into what it takes to get rid of the B-post. Everything I find online about these cars is that that's just like superficial. There's no real structure to it. So as you can see, it barely does anything up at the top. And from what we can tell, I think you find yourself some convertible doors. And we also wanted to look into a vent window delete, but looking down inside of here, the hinges are all right in the way of where the vent window delete would be to try and put a full piece of glass in here. So going to look into that as well, see if there's something we can do to change the front hinges to be able to do vent window delete. So a couple little things. That's where we're at with that. Let's throw it over here in the hot rod shop. Good morning. It is Thursday the 18th of September. Just getting ready to head into the shop. I realized we have some nice weather, so it could be our last Thursday night meet. So I thought, you know what, let's get the GTO out for the last Thursday, potentially last Thursday. It could be more. The weather's looking pretty good for a while. Gonna fire this beast up, get it out of here. We'll get her cleaned off today, and we'll take her out for a Thursday night. Started right up, which is nice. Just over in the body shop, we'll check out the dash on the 57. Looking nice. So yeah, that was all cut out for when he was going to run a different dash. So we've had to weld in a new dash piece again, and it looks seamless. Getting closer. Lyle was working on the back seats over there in and upholstery. So yeah, we can start finishing wiring up all the dash, and then we should have this thing up and running. I guess they painted the firewall a little bit here too, so reconnect the brakes, steering column in, which they painted, so should be able to get this thing running here real soon. And then it's just the rest of the glass and the trim, and you know, probably needs a good polish. It's been sitting in his garage for a long time, but it's coming together. Bird's just doing some body work on the Challenger over here, so we'll leave him be. Oh, yeah, there's the column and the other parts. So there we go. That's it over here at the hot rod shop and body shop. Bit of a red Chevelle Malibu day today. It's down at the automotive shop now. Oscar's pretty much got this Bronco done and running now. Has the fuel pump working good. Water pump leaks, but he had a charging issue, so he's traced that back to a bad resistor in here, which we can't get a new one, so he's going to run a light bulb, which is common practice for resistance to trigger your alternator. So he's working on that. And also the starter solenoid wasn't giving him the correct information for the alternator regulator, so he's just working on all that. But it is up and running. We're waiting for a new back glass for it. Over here we have the El Camino that we did an engine swap on, and Dakota Digital and some upholstery and all that. And we've been fighting with water pumps on this thing pretty much from day one. So Ashley's got another water pump on there now. The first one had a casting issue where there wasn't enough meat in the areas where it seals. So we had to replace it with, I believe, this one. And then this one started leaking out the weep hole already. And yeah, this side you can see it leaking out the weep hole. And this was a brand new, I think, Performance World water pump. That hasn't been on there very long, but anyway, Ashley's just getting that back together. This has got is it a March, or what brand was this?
The front runner kit's a Billet Industries one.
Billet Industries. So we recommend not using one of these. Anytime you have one that spaces your water pump out, just adds more chances for leaks, and that's what we've been running into with this. So unfortunately, that's what was available at the time for this one, and that's what we used. There we go, we have problems. So anyway, yeah, we like to use just the high-end stuff. Vintage Air seems to be the kind of the highest end front runner kits you can get with never any issues with them. So anyway, that's just what we found. We've changed many. Even this car, we had one that came with the engine from Kevin Stone got it off eBay or something, and it was an instant problem right away, so we switched it up to a Vintage Air, and it's perfect now. So anyway, Dave's just rerouting the brake lines, as we've mentioned in old videos. We wanted to make sure everything was good, and we're happy with it under the hood with the electric brakes, and we're happy with it. So now he's just rerouting that. We also rerouted some fuel lines because we were getting some noise through the tunnel, and I had ran the fuel lines up through here nice and neat back in the day, and that seemed to be where the noise was coming. So we've ran them now along the frame rail and scooted them up here, so hopefully we won't be getting any noise there. And then we noticed an axle seal leak in the rear. Dave said he found some assembly issues on something back here. What was it that was assembled wrong?
Well,
down there?
yeah, so this little cutout here,
Yeah.
supposed to be at the bottom,
Okay.
and it's at the top. It was like that. So we're actually letting crap in, and it's supposed to let crap out. So there's no seal externally here,
Oh, I see, yeah.
and we're on the housing.
Yeah.
So
And the only seal is the O-ring.
the O-ring there for the external, and then the sealed bearing,
Yeah.
and so the gear oil seals up against that there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's come around the O-ring and out.
Yeah. So you're gonna silicone it in?
Silicone it, yeah.
Yeah. Was there silicone in there or no? Yeah, so whoever we had this differential built by back in the day probably just hoped for the best with the O-rings, but you know, in the transmission world, we've always known silicone around an O-ring that doesn't move is usually your best bet. It lubricates it going in and seals it once it's in. So anyway, we'll get that fixed up so we're not leaking gear fluid onto the rear tires and onto the ground. So yeah, the 56 is nearing its completion of all these little things that have come up. So hopefully we can get this out on the road and get some miles on it before it gets put away for the winter. And Tyler's truck's over here. We removed the frame rail or the mounts for the rear leaf springs now that it's all coil overed in the rear, and adjusted his front dampening on his shocks for him, and he's having some starting issues. I think we've ordered a new start switch and brake light switch for some brake light issues he's also having. So that's what that truck's here for. We are waiting on the shifter for it. We've been shipped some wrong parts on that, but we've got it dialed in now. We have the correct shifter being air freighted out. We should see it early next week. We are getting the yoke for the dry shaft so we can measure it up. So we have to bolt the yoke on the transmission for for the conversion, get the correct measurements so we can have the drive shaft built. So middle of next week, we should be able to drive this car. So that's good, that's coming along. Over here, the engine came in for the blue Mustang that's in storage. So right now we've got to call out to the customer because this is a truck engine. So we have a front cover issue difference and motor mount bracket bolt pattern difference. Customer supplied engine, customer has to deal with the problem. So we've relayed that to him. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he didn't buy himself an engine that he can't bolt in his car. I'm sure there's conversions out there. So many guys are blowing these things up and whatnot that I'm sure they're putting the truck blocks in the cars all the time. So hopefully it's just a bracket situation and a new front cover, and we're well on our way. And over here, John is working on a Cadillac. He was just working on the hood release, wasn't working. What else are we doing to this, John? You got the hood release and some wiring?
Yeah, so brake lights weren't working.
Oh, brake lights, okay.
And one door actuator was out of adjustment, so it wouldn't open.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, door actuator was out of adjustment and some wiring. I think this car was in a few months ago for door actuator issues. We replaced the actuators, and then now he's having a problem with the fob system. So there you be, that's what's happening here Thursday afternoon in the auto shop. All right, was just down at the new shop for a few hours going over ideas and drawing out some floor plans, and now just heading over to the last kind of planned Thursday night get together at Kel Tires. Good morning, Friday morning, I think the 19th. Just going to take the GTO to storage. We're going to get the camper off the truck this morning. We're going to pick up the trailer and we're going to head to trail tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll pick up the 55 Chevy truck and get it back here. So that's our plan now. Just going to head down there and things rolling. So yeah, it should be a good couple days for a drive. Chandel and I are going to go. I was going to go next week, but I figured why ruin a couple weekdays? Let's go Friday and Saturday, and it's supposed to be 30 degrees both days up in trail. So make a couple days out of it and get this over with. I've got to fix the Dakota Digital issue with the truck. We fixed it last time and it seemed to survive all the way from all our road testing and then all the way back to trail, and then a few days of him driving it, and then it started acting up again. So when Bernard fixed it, it was a broken wire at the I believe at the BIM module connection. Maybe he should have replaced the whole wire, not just reconnected the end of it. So that's what we'll do this time. We'll check the wire out. Maybe it's just a bad wire totally. So we'll go right through it completely, because I believe after this trip it's going to Australia for the remainder of its life most likely. So we need to make sure it's good and done, and I believe at this point the customer wants us to do some tires and wheels and stuff, which is why we did a bit of the mini tub and stuff last time it was in, and we did those front brakes. So anyway, that's the plan now. Just going to head to storage, drop the car off, drop the camper off the truck, head to the other storage, pick up my tailgate and tonneau cover, and head to the shop, get some depth fluid, and try and get out of here around noon today. So on our way to trail, pulling over into a gas station, and there looks like a Porsche meet of some kind, or a drives. Good yourself? Oh, yeah, where are you guys all going to?
We're going to Area 27.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Well, enjoy your time.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. All right, well, there you go. They're all heading to Area 27. straggler. Truck definitely is smashed.
Well, the side of the van's pretty punched in too.
Doesn't look like anybody's injured here. Yeah, the only thing that makes sense is somebody was doing a U-turn, i.e. the van. And then the truck probably swerved at the last second or something, who knows. Really weird situation. We have made it into trail, across the bridge, and I think it's only, we're like 3 minutes from the hotel that I booked. Such a cool old town. Crossing the Columbia River. So yeah, nothing too exciting. Just got here, gonna get to the hotel and find something for dinner, and then we'll be heading to get the truck in the morning. So most likely we will see you then. All right, good morning. September 20th, Saturday. We're just leaving the Glenwood, is it a motel? Inn and Suites, Glenwood Inn and Suites. So good night's sleep here, and 10 minutes up the highway to pick up the truck, and then we'll be on our way back. It's supposed to be another gorgeous day today. So yeah, this is a decent old place to stay. Good parking was why I picked it. Yeah, so that's about it. Nothing crazy exciting. Just gonna go pick up this 55 Chevy and be on our way. Video of it here before we did get his collector plate. That's nice. So he does have a marked wheel here. Otherwise, looks the same as last time I seen it. Alright, everything looks good other than that wheel. Perfect. Thank you. I guess this is Kettle River or Rock Creek, I guess. Yeah, anyway, coming through Rock Creek, we've decided
right turn onto Highway
it takes
30.
another 40 minutes or so, but I've never gone Kelowna through here. So, going to go a new way. Good morning, September 30th, Tuesday morning, statutory holiday here. Today's kind of the first day things are happening for the new shop. Nothing major, but we are heading to Langley to pick up some fire doors for the upstairs of the building. We are going to connect from the east side to west side through the upper floors, and therefore we need some fire doors. Actual landlord himself seen these doors on Marketplace and sent it to me, so it's a really good deal, but we have to drive out to Langley, so we figured perfect day today, being a stat holiday, to go pick up the truck and head out to Langley and get those doors. All redone for the season. We had peeled off all the paint protection film because they did it early in the season of, I shouldn't say early in the season, but it was one of the first things they did for paint protection film. So Nikki had some edges and stuff she didn't really like, so she wanted to redo it. So we took it all off for the Chilliwack car show, and then we never put it back on. So we've got all the new paint protection film up front, the bottoms of the doors, and the fronts of the fenders. Of course, we need to repaint these fenders when we have time. Eventually I want to repaint the whole truck. I'm not a fan of the color. I want it to be just straight black one of these days. But anyway, all cleaned up and ready to go. So just gonna hop in and get it out of here and get on the highway.